Hi, this is Steve Laskovich of Luminous Works with an update to a video we did a few years ago. It was called Markdown to InDesign. It's still good, so you can find out what this Markdown thing is a little bit, and a little bit about the features we use to convert that Markdown text into styled InDesign content. Namely, the feature that takes most advantage of, we also have in this short, using find and change in order to find and format things very quickly. And we included in the Markdown to InDesign video a link to a script. In fact, you can see that in the description of this video and that one, and that'll take you to the Luminous Works website, namely the resources page, where if you scroll down a little bit, actually the link will take you right down to this part, where you can download our InDesign script and some of the support files that come with it. What do they look like? Well, when they get downloaded, you'll get a folder called Markdown to ID, the contents of which look like this. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. We have the script itself. We have a support folder. We have instructions in the form of a PDF, as well as some background into what Markdown is and how we got to the script. And an InDesign file with styles that you can apply to that plain text that is currently Markdown. Let me show you a couple things here. I've got some Markdown. This is just some text with little doodads thrown here and there that are very, very specific to this form of markup called Markdown. And the software I use when I write in Markdown also shows me a little bit of a preview. It's not how InDesign is going to show it, but ain't far off, actually. So I can compose my stuff concentrating on the writing and not so much the formatting. It's fast. And so I took this text and I just went over to InDesign and I pasted it in to a document, which looks like this. Very ugly so far. I also opened up the file that's in that folder, the downloaded folder, the styles document. So you can kind of get a sense of what the text will end up looking like downstream. And what's even cooler is if you're comfortable redefining styles in InDesign, you can mess with these and change them to your tastes, your look and feel. Just a heads up. When you do that, though, make sure you don't rename these styles and don't take them out of the little folders they're in called Markdown, whether that's character styles, paragraph styles, table styles, or cell styles. The script really needs them to be called what they are and to be where they are. If you do change them, the names, the locations, you'll have to dabble with the script yourself. Good luck. Anyway, I don't need this open anymore. I just need this. But I do need the script, and I do need the support folder as well, and I need to put them in the right place. So this is the nitty-gritty right here. This is where you should start paying attention. If I get to my scripts panel in InDesign, that's Window, Utilities, Scripts, it pops open, inside of which there are 3 folders: Application, Community, User. The one you want is called User. And you can see I have a bunch of scripts, including the one I'm about to talk about. But you don't have it yet. So what you would do is you would right-click on the one called User. Reveal in Finder is what it says on a Mac. Reveal in Explorer, I believe, is still what it says on Windows. And that will open up this folder. Now, I got both of these open now. I've got this. This is really stupid. The thing you right-clicked on in InDesign says User. It's a user folder, right? Makes sense. But it's really called Scripts Panel. Go figure. Anyway, that's what the contents actually look like. And what I need in there are these 2 things that were downloaded from the Luminous Works website. The script itself, which ends in JSX, Find, Change, By List, Markdown, and this folder called Find, Change, Support. I mean, you could just highlight both of those, copy them, and then go to the scripts panel and paste, and you'll hopefully see them right there. I already have them. And what's nice about InDesign is once you put them there and you go back to InDesign, they'll appear immediately. Now you might notice that in my case, I actually have a keyboard shortcut for these. Ooh, how did I do that? You can do that as well with the Edit menu, keyboard shortcuts, and there's a whole slew of things you can apply shortcuts to, whether it's different menus, but also scripts. And so if you have a script to which you want to apply a shortcut, you find it in this list. God help you, it's a long list. You highlight the script you want and come up with a shortcut that's not already taken by one of InDesign's 1200, 1300 shortcuts. Anyway, I have a shortcut. I might use it, I might not. We'll see. So I've got this text. I'm going to put my cursor in it because if the Markdown text you've put into an InDesign document isn't the only text there, you already have some other content, hopefully in a separate story. You might want to leave that alone. And so you can have this script just focus on this one thread of text here, this story, by putting your cursor in it, just blinking in it. And then, this is the hard part, not hard. You double click on the name of the script. There it is, or use the shortcut you gave it. And it's going to tell you what to do next. It says, go get that markdown styles.indd file that you might have put somewhere safe and sound. And so I will. Well, I must have done this before because it remembered where it was. Here it is, markdown styles.indd. You'll want to make sure you put that somewhere secure. I double click on it. It gives me a list of all the styles in it, and I can choose to load all. Actually, it's mostly table styles. You also get the paragraph and character styles for free. And I hit OK to that. It's going to ask me one more thing. It goes, oh, you had your cursor in there. And did you want to do this script to the entire document or just that one story where your cursor is? Turns out in this case, the whole document for me, because that's the only thing in it. So I hit that. I take a breath. And it's done. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? There's a hyperlink, there's a table. Those are the two things that people are asking most for. And I decided to be nice and scratch my head and figure out how to do that. Now, the styles applied here may not be at all what you want, right? And I mentioned you can change them in the source of the styles document, or you can change those styles now here, or if you already had styles in this document that are perfectly applicable to this kind of content, you can swap mine for yours. And let me show you how. So let me get my cursor out of there for a moment so I can see the table styles lit up. So I do have a table style called standard table. Here is the Markdown folder with my nice table style. That's what it looks like. And if I wanted to get rid of mine and replace it with yours, both are mine. Anyway, I want to get rid of the Markdown one. I want to get the standard table instead. All I got to do is highlight that folder called Markdown, hit the little trash cake right here, and it says, do you really want to get rid of that? Yes, I wouldn't have hit the trash can if I didn't want to. And then it says, there's a style in there. It's being used. What would you like to replace it with? Well, golly, I think I'll use standard table. And I hit OK. And now the style I had wins. And then I can do the same with cell styles. I have a few here. Highlight that folder, hit the trash can. Do I want to get rid of that stuff? Yes. And I don't know why. It's not really using those cell styles anymore, but it still makes me do it. But I'll go through it anyway. It says body cells. Oh yeah, there's one called body here. Then, that's the only one. Great. That's the only one I was having trouble with. The other, not a problem. And so any styles it wasn't using, it doesn't bother interrogating you about those. Just the ones that it felt were still in use. And the same thing is going to apply to my character styles. I'll do those next. Let me make sure my cursor's not anywhere. So I highlight the folder called Markdown. I hit the trash can. It says, do I want to get rid of it? Again, yes. And then it says, okay, there's a style in that Markdown folder called bold. What do you want to replace it with? And I'm going to choose my other style that also happens to be named bold, but isn't in that folder. Don't hit that. Hit OK. Then it says, there's one called bold italic. Do you got something for that? I do. And you have something just plain old italic. And I have one of those as well. And boom. Oh, I guess there was another one. URL. Yeah, that's right. Shoot, I don't have one of those. So I guess that one I'll just say, okay. Maybe I'll let this formatting stay for now. And I better add a character style for that. And get rid of the paragraph styles, highlight the Markdown folder, hit the trash can. Yes, I want to get rid of it. And it's going to ask me a few questions. There's a style in here called paragraph. Do you have something that's good for generic paragraphs? Yeah, I do, called body text. Go. Left table column. There's a style for that. Well, I have something for that. Left call text. Yep. anchor. Okay, that's it. So now all my paragraph, character, table, and cell styles have been replaced with ones that I prefer. And that's it. Now imagine if I had gone into that styles source document and I had redefined the styles to look like this already, that getting rid of the Markdown folders would not have been necessary. It would look like this and it would be great. I just have to live with the names. Well, that's it. Hope you are going to find this useful. And if you do, let me know. It'd be a pleasure. All right. Cheers.